Good morning, happy Monday. I am about to head to class now. The schedule this morning, I have 2 non-mandatory lectures back to back, and then immediately after that I have a mandatory group work activity thing, and I have no idea how to get to the group work room. So I'm going to the non-mandatory lectures instead of watching them from home so I can follow the crowd to the group work, which is a little embarrassing, but not as embarrassing as not making it to the group activity or showing up late or something. So let's head out. Alright, hello, I'm home now. It is 5 p.m. Today has already been kind of a long day with all of the classes, and the group work was kind of hard. It was the physics-y, action potentially side of muscles, which is difficult for me, but my group is really good, so that makes all of the group work things better. But yeah, it's been kind of a long day, so I'm a little bit tired, but the exams start in 2 weeks, so we have some serious prep to be doing. I made myself a little review timetable and I'm sticking to it, and so I have some Anki to do this evening, so let's get back to work. At the dog park instead of going for a run this morning because I feel kind of sick. Okay, hello. I do not feel great, but I don't have a fever, so I'm still gonna head to class. We have one mandatory 2-hour lecture today. It's on neurophysiology, and we have a neurophysiology quiz from our last session during this session. And since I don't have a fever, I'm just gonna wear a mask and go to class, and then since I still really don't feel great, depending on how I feel after that, I might just take a nap this afternoon, take it a little bit easy today. But I don't want to use this as one of my dropped quizzes since I don't have a fever, so I'm probably fine and don't need to miss it. I'll just wear a mask to class, so I'm gonna head out now. Okay, hello. It is 7:30 now. I still feel pretty sick. I feel like you can hear in my voice that I don't sound quite right. I've pretty much just been napping since I got out of class to try to feel a little bit better because I have that achy, fuzzy, sick feeling going on. And now, like I said, 7:30, I got up and I'm starting on some Anki cards because I can't just take a whole day off of studying because the exam is coming up so soon. So this was kind of terrible timing and obviously not really what I planned for in this cram 2 weeks before the exams period, but here we are. My first thing on my to-do list tomorrow might be going to CVS for cold medicine if I wake up still feeling like this, but yeah, I'm just gonna do Anki cards for the rest of the evening until I feel ready for bed. Can't decide if I want dinner or not yet, but that's my plan. Hopefully I start feeling better soon. Good morning, happy Wednesday. It is 10:30 now, so getting kind of a late start because I still don't feel very well today. If I had a regular job, I would definitely be taking a sick day, but I can't really afford to do that when, again, the exams are so close. This is such an inconvenient time to be sick. So I just need to get some work done, and it's kind of miserable trying to sleep anyways because the congestion really keeps you from sleeping very well. Might as well go through some lectures. I made myself a second coffee just now, and I am ready to get some work done, so wish me luck. These are the lectures I wanted to get done yesterday. These are the lectures that I wanted to get done today anyways, so let's see if we can get through all of that. Yes. Should we begin? I got hearts of palm because of that cottage cheese and mustard lady on TikTok, and they're actually so good, but kind of crazy expensive for a vegetable. My brain feels so slow and my body is so sore and I just feel kind of miserable, and I've only finished 3 lectures and my TBL prep, which was a really long team-based learning prep relative to the rest of them. We switched over team-based learning professors last week and they've gotten more intense, but it's 6:30 now. I think I'm gonna take a break to take Layla to the dog park, and then I have my group quiz, pre-TBL quiz still tonight, and hopefully I can get some more lectures done. But yeah, I just feel gross. This is the worst timing to be sick and I hate it. Hello, good morning, happy Friday. It is like 10 a.m. now. I need to head out pretty soon to meet with my letter writer who's going to write me a letter of rec based on my performance here at Georgetown to send to medical schools as like an update to my application. So I need to leave pretty soon, but I just wanted to say yesterday was really nice to take just the day off to nap and to take cold medicine. I think it helped a lot. I'm not feeling 100%. I think my voice still sounds pretty weird, but that's fine. I'm doing a lot better and I'm ready to get back into everything because, as I've said a million times, I'm stressed about the exam coming up and I can't take any more time off. I'm like ready to get back to it. So I have that, and then we have two like team-based group work things this afternoon, and then the rest of the day I just want to get through all of my Anki because I made so many new Anki cards my last day of doing like lectures and everything when I was starting to get kind of sick, and then I didn't really go through them. I kept my Anki streak by doing like 10 cards the last 2 days, but I'm ready to actually get back to it and get through all of those Anki cards today and get back to studying and still be able to do really well on these exams. So let's head out for that meeting now. Okay, hello, I'm back home now. Everything with classes went pretty well. I had like a coughing fit in the middle of sharing our answers with the whole class after doing group work, so that was not my favorite, but other than that, a pretty good day of classes, pretty short. I just feel really tired though from still being like a little bit sick, but I just need to work on my Anki for the rest of the night. And I might still Uber Eats food because it is Friday, which is my one day a week that I let myself get out to eat, so I think that's the plan. Lots and lots of Anki and ordering some food. Good morning, happy Sunday. It is almost noon now actually, which is not great, but I slept in pretty big because it's Sunday, and then I did my whole morning routine and did like 30 minutes of Anki cards so far, so it's not that bad. But anyways, I have some updates for you. Yesterday was an interesting day. Well, not really, but I did some thinking, came to some conclusions, made some decisions. And I had all day yesterday to basically just catch up on what I missed from being sick. I finally feel like almost normal, still a little like congested, but nothing too crazy. And I had just all day to catch up, to work really hard and get back on top of everything. But I think being sick did a little bit more damage than just those missed days of work, because it got me out of the habits and the routines that really help me and that I really depend on to be productive. And it ruined my beautiful study schedule, and I already feel really overwhelmed by these finals and how much they mean for my current medical school application cycle and how much these grades are gonna influence schools' decisions about me. And so that being really overwhelmed and then changing the schedule and everything, I'm kind of really doubting myself and my ability to do well on these exams, which is not motivating for me. It just kind of makes me feel bad. And so because of all of those feelings, despite having all day to just catch up yesterday, I ended up taking all day just to do my Anki cards, and there were a lot of them piled up, but Anki keeps track of how long it takes you to do all of them, and it says that I did 4 hours of actual work, which should not take me the whole day, but I was taking so many breaks. Some of them were good to like clean the apartment because it got kind of gross while I was sick, but a lot of them were just to scroll on social media or to read or to watch Gilmore Girls and just kind of distract myself from how overwhelmed I felt, which wasn't productive in taking away that feeling, because then I just kept feeling more behind and I kind of squandered a whole day when I could have made up a lot of work. Okay, so this has been really long-winded, I'm sorry about that, but that brings me to the decisions that I've made. While I was scrolling on TikTok, I saw this thing called a dopamine fast, which is silly and not scientific, I'm sure, but I kind of like some of the rules. They seem helpful for what I am trying to accomplish. And so my version of that for until I make it through these finals is no scrolling on social media, no TV, which I didn't really watch TV a lot until Gilmore Girls season came back. That's not been great for me. No reading, because I do get really sucked into my books unless it's for my lunch break or like to wind down right before bed. And I have to actually do my morning and my evening routines, which really set me up for success and have really helped me. So those are my rules for this dopamine fast. And like I said, I already did my morning routine this morning. I have not been on TikTok or YouTube or anything. And I am just going to work on Anki now because I have, again, a lot more today because they don't really go away after just one day of doing them all. So I'm gonna get my walking pad out and walk on that while I do my Anki, and even open my little back doors to let in the fresh fall air because it feels so nice out. So it's gonna be a good day. Let's get to work. It is 7:30 now, so that still took basically all day. But since I'm not watching Netflix or anything, I'm not gonna go get in bed and watch Gilmore Girls like I would have otherwise. I'm gonna keep studying, and I wrote down some things while I was going through the flashcards that are like bigger concepts or like timelines or something that just aren't sticking or making sense in my head. So I'm gonna make myself a little study guide for like the timeline of embryology, which is a big one. I don't know if I'll even finish that tonight. And then I'm just gonna plan my week and do my evening routine and get to bed. But yeah, I think this was a little bit better at least. The dopamine fast thing is going pretty okay so far. I'm doing all right, and I'm gonna keep studying. Good morning, happy Monday. It is Monday, September 18th. It's about 9 a.m. now. I just finished doing my whole morning routine and I did some review for the quiz that I have at 10 this morning, but I haven't been scrolling on social media or watching Netflix or anything since I talked to you about that last. I have 3 quizzes this week, one today, one tomorrow, and one on Thursday, but we only have 2 like new lectures, like new content lectures this week, which is so nice. I have a few more since I was sick and I'm still catching up from that, but yeah, only 2 like technically new ones, so I should have plenty of time to study this week. And then the 3 quizzes are part of like review sessions that the SMP students get to review hard stuff from the medical courses, so those should be really helpful, and I'm feeling more optimistic about my ability to do well on this exam and to be prepared and everything. I also woke up with only 1,000 Anki cards to do, which I never thought I would say only 1,000, but compared to this weekend, that sounds pretty good. Still gonna take me a while to get through, but definitely a big improvement. So I'm just gonna start on those now, and then we'll head out for the quiz pretty soon. Alright, I just got home from class. It's been kind of a long day since there was such a big break in between our morning lecture and our afternoon lecture, and I just did Anki cards during that break. Nothing sounds better right now than watching Gilmore Girls and just having a chill moment today. But that's not what I'm gonna do because the exams are only in a week and I am going to do well in the exams. So instead I'm gonna finish my Anki cards while I make some dinner and then take Layla to the dog park and do more Anki cards while I'm there if I need to. And then I'm gonna finish my lectures for the day. So that's the plan. Let's get back to work. All right, my brain feels so tired, but we did it, and now I'm just gonna do my evening routine and head to bed. Okay, good morning. Happy Tuesday. It is like 8:30 now. I need to head out for lecture pretty soon. We have one of our last 2 new content lectures this morning, a histology lecture, and then we have a like patient-facing thing, which is why I'm wearing kind of mildly business casual stuff, and that I think is about diabetes. It's called a progressive disclosure case. I'm not 100% sure what we're learning, what we're doing there, but it should be good. Those are always a lot more interesting than just lectures, honestly. And then after that, I have another review lecture, which starts with a quiz over yesterday's review lecture material. And then when I get home, I need to do about 1,000 Anki cards again because adding the new cards from yesterday's makeup lectures brought me back up to 1,000 again today, but that's fine. That's pretty much all I'm gonna do with my evenings. And I did do my evening routine yesterday, my morning routine today, and I have not watched any TV or scrolled on social media at all since starting my little dopamine fast, so I feel like I'm doing pretty good. Let's head to class. Okay, hello, happy Wednesday. It is like 3 p.m. now. I just got home from all of my morning required activities on campus and ate some lunch, and now I'm ready to get back into studying. Yesterday's patient interaction thing was actually just watching a bunch of clips from this British medical drama about a woman experiencing diabetic ketoacidosis, or maybe HHS. It's not super clear, and then we dissected it for why it was wrong. So of course there were plenty of flaws to come up with, and the symptoms were really dramatized, which helped us recognize them as like not anywhere near being doctors yet. So that was kind of funny. It took a really long time and got a little bit boring at the end to just be like, he should be nice to his patients. These are obvious symptoms, but yeah, I don't know. So that was a little weird. And then there was one guest physician with that. So I guess that's why we had to wear like businessy clothing. And then today was the actual patient interview, and we heard from a patient with type 1 and maybe 2 diabetes, and then one of her diabetic specialist physicians or former physicians or something, the physician who agreed to talk to us about diabetes. And that was much more interesting because of course it's always interesting to hear the actual patient experience, and it confirmed kind of diabetes leading to a lot of things and leading from or like being caused by a lot of different things and just everything that she's had to deal with. And I think it's really easy for something like diabetes to be considered normal and not so bad because it is becoming so common, it seems like, but it's still serious. It still comes with a lot of serious consequences and serious treatment requirements depending on the other comorbidities and everything. So that was really interesting to hear. I liked that one a little bit more, and I love hearing from the actual patients, and that was very motivating to keep studying. So I'm feeling a lot better today. The patient stuff definitely helps, of course, because that's like why we're here, and I am ready to finish the last of the lectures that I missed while I was sick and make Anki cards out of those, and then just work through as many Anki cards as I can this evening. And then we have another quiz tomorrow, a review lecture in hematology. Yesterday's hematology lecture was actually our last new content, so the real exam prep begins, and I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Good morning, happy Thursday. Today is our last day of classes or activities or anything before we just get the whole weekend on Monday to study for the exams. I just finished my morning routine. I didn't do my evening routine last night because it took me until like 11 to do my flashcards, and then I just wanted to go to bed, but I haven't watched Netflix or YouTube or been on TikTok except to post the whole time still, so I'm still doing well. And I need to leave for class pretty soon. We have that review histology lecture this morning, and then another biochem review lecture, including a quiz on the last biochem review lecture, so I'll let you know how that goes. And then foundational rounds, which is just like practice questions together, and that is the whole day, and then it's just to final studying, so I'll talk to you in a little bit. Last day of Block 1 classes done. I did really well on my quiz. I got my questions right for foundational rounds. It's been a really good day so far, and now I'm home. I have some Chex Mix as a study snack, and I'm going to work on my Anki cards.